I've been noticing something recently, and I don't think games are necessarily getting worse, because honestly there are still a lot of good games coming out, but I do think something changed. Because when I look back at older games, I remember seeing ideas that just felt weird, random, unexpected. Sometimes they barely even made sense. But now, I feel like I can predict half the gaming industry before games even release. New battle pass, new live service elements, open world, seasonal content, and after a while, it starts feeling like everybody is playing it safe. And I think people are starting to notice. So what's up guys, it's Secret, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. If you end up enjoying the video, please make sure to like, and let's get straight into number one. Every game wants to become your main game. One thing that changed a lot is games used to just release and exist. You bought them, you played them, you finished them, and you were done. But now it feels like every game wants to become like your second job. Battle passes, daily rewards, seasonal updates, limited events. Games don't just want your attention anymore. They want all of it. And because of that, everybody starts copying the same systems. Because if one game keeps players around, all other big companies want a game like that too. Number two, weird games used to happen way more. And maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but I swear games used to be way more random. Look who looked at Guitar Hero and thought, yeah, plastic guitar, huge idea. Or games like Spore, Little Big Planet, stuff that felt unique. Not every idea worked, but at least people tried things. Now I feel like weird games barely happen anymore. And if they do, they usually come from smaller studios. Number three, trends spread way too fast. And this kind of leads into another problem. Whenever one game succeeds, everybody suddenly wants to move. Battle Royale became popular, 10 more appeared, bro. Like remember when Fortnite blew up? Remember when PUBG started to get some traction? And then all of a sudden we had Fortnite and that shit popped off, and then 10 more came? Or take extraction shooters. It's the exact same thing. We started with Tarkov. Tarkov started taking off, and a lot of people started creating extraction shooters. Survival crafting, same thing again. And I get why. Studios want something proven, but eventually you start seeing the same ideas everywhere. Number four, big studios almost can't afford risks anymore. And honestly, I think part of the problem is money. Games today are huge. Massive teams, massive budgets, massive expectations. So when a company spends years making one game, I kinda understand why they play it safe. Because if it fails, that's a huge problem, because it's a lot of money going to waste, a lot of time, maybe some jobs even going to waste if it fails and the studio goes bankrupt or whatever. But at the same time, safer games usually create safer ideas. And last but not least, number five, that's why indie games keep surprising people. And I think this might explain something. Why indie games have become so big recently. Because they do take risks. They implement weird mechanics. They work around strange ideas. They create games nobody really expected. And sure, not every game becomes a hit. Like there are thousands of indie games that probably you and I have never heard of, or only like a niche group of people know. But people remember creativity. People remember things that feel different. And honestly, I don't think people are tired of gaming. I think people are tired of seeing the same ideas. I really don't know. Maybe gaming isn't actually becoming safer. Maybe I'm just noticing patterns more now. But I do think there's a reason people get excited when something genuinely different shows up. Because even if a game isn't perfect, people remember ideas and people remember risks. So now I'm curious, what's the weirdest or most unique game you've ever played? Not necessarily the best one, just a game where you sat there and thought, how did somebody even come up with this? I'll probably end up discovering games I completely forgot existed. And if you made it this far, maybe subscribe too. We're still building this thing, and it's actually been really cool seeing people come back. But anyways, that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.